exploring avenues to avert further loss of lives. Foreign Affairs Secretary del Rosario has issued this statement from Kuala Lumpur, and I quote, "We came to Malaysia to endeavor to walk that last mile to try to save lives in this unfortunate conflict. We intend to fully continue this effort." Unquote. We will know about the results of the Secretary's meetings with the Malaysian officials when he returns this afternoon. Thank you.
What time will he be back?
He will be back maybe around 4 to 5 o'clock this afternoon.
So he said he'll be going straight to Malacanang.
That's how we understood it, yes.
Sir, sabi niyo po kahapon, ang isa sa reason ng pagpunta niya doon para personal na i-convey yung request ng Pilipinas na maximum tolerance sa mga Pilipino. May airstrike kanina, may assault. Ibig sabihin rejected yung request na yan, sir.
Well, we'll have to wait for the Secretary for him to let us know exactly what happened during his meetings with his Malaysian counterparts, including with the Minister of Defense of Malaysia, in order to understand what happened there.
Sir, what happened dun sa request natin na makapasok na yung Philippine ship dun sa Resulta?
So far, we don't have any confirmation of that, and we have not received any clearance for our ship, humanitarian ship, to go and dock in Lahad Datu.
I heard the report this morning that the Secretary has ordered DFA to issue another note verbal to the Malaysian ambassador here with regards to the reiteration of the same request that he has delivered in Malaysia. Can you confirm that?
Yes, in his discussion with Minister Anifa, he requested that the government of Malaysia establish a safety corridor for women, children, and other civilians not involved in the hostilities.
Napagbigyan po kayo, sir?
Well, I think that is being considered. That is under consideration by the Malaysian authorities.
But not granted. Not granted.
Well, we don't know yet. We have not received any official response to that.
How does the DFA find Malaysia's handling of the situation following the airstrikes and the ground operations?
Well, the reason why the Secretary went to Malaysia was to personally convey the wish of the request of the Philippines that the Malaysian forces would exercise maximum tolerance, and also to allow our humanitarian ship to dock in Lahad Datu to enable our wounded and to be treated by the medical personnel in aboard the ship, and also for us to be able to extend consular assistance to our people there. So, and this thing this morning happened, and for now we'll have to wait for the Secretary to come back and share with you what happened in his talks with the Malaysian government.
Sir, the corridor that you mentioned, when you say corridor, meaning that they're requesting for a way out for these people, because there were mentions of women and civilians.
And other civilians, yes.
Civilians and women.
Yes.
Which corridor are we referring to? Is this Lahad Datu, or because there are other places?
Yes, from Lahad Datu. But we don't have the details of this. The details of this could be discussed later by the Secretary.
Sir, earlier your statement said that the meeting was last midnight between Secretary Rosario and then Defense and Foreign Ministers. Would you know, I mean, because they met last night and then this happened this morning. So is that a sign that the talks failed?
I think we'll have to wait for the Secretary to explain what happened in that meeting and to tell us his views about the incident this morning.
And sir, was the Tony meeting? Wala po ba kanina umaga?
The meeting was held at 1 o'clock early this morning. And after that, before the Secretary left, I guess he had also a telephone discussion with his counterpart there.
Sir, by the way, what happened to the instruction of Malacanang? I think that was 2 days ago that it will be the DFA who will do all the talking when it comes to Sabah issue. Because I was watching TV since yesterday, today. Malacanang has been conducting series of briefings about this issue.
Oh, I have not heard of that
Directive.
yes.
That was given the other day, sir. It was in a formal statement given by Malacanang.
I have to check.
Aren't you aware with that?
I'm not aware of that directive, because, I do, when we have information, we do share it with you. And sometimes they have information also that they would like to share with the public through the media that come from the President. Okay?
Sir, ano lang sir? Hindi nag-grant karamihan ng requests ng Pilipinas. What will happen now? What happens to the relationship of the Philippines with Malaysia?
As said by the Secretary, we intend to fully continue this effort. So the effort is continuing, and we hope that we are able to be granted of our request so that we're able to avert more bloodshed as far as the Lahad Datu incident is concerned.
Sir, how exactly will you continue? What exactly are the next steps are going to be?
Well, I don't want to preempt the steps that we are going to take regarding this matter. This has to be laid out by the Secretary in due time.
Sir, is Yusuf Galiano still that?
Yes, he's still there. As of now, I don't know exactly what he's doing, but he's there to monitor what is happening in that area and also to coordinate with the Malaysian authorities.
Sir, over the weekend, may mga website ng government and private agencies na na-hack allegedly ng mga Malaysian hackers.
We condemn all cyber attacks, regardless from which side they're coming from. We call on both Filipino and Malaysian citizens to be more responsible and encourage dialogue rather than discord.
Sir, there have been comments also online about the excessive force being used in Malaysia. Can you share your view on that, sir?
Yeah,
So commensurate to the threat.
I can't really comment on what is happening on the ground. What force were being used by the Malaysian side to counter the force that were being used by the group of Kiram. So these are tactical matters which I think would be appropriate for me not to say anything at this point in time.
But sir, at the very least, was this something expected? I mean, because in the last 3 weeks we were talking about Malaysia being somehow lax in extending the deadline for them to pull out, and then this happened.
Well, you see, the Malaysians have been extending the deadlines as far as possible assault was concerned. And on our side, we have been asking the group of the Kirams to pull out and come back to their homes and families in Mindanao. But of course, we did not receive that expected cooperation from the group of Kiram, and therefore, what has happened was exactly what we did not want to happen, which was some loss of lives from both sides.
We're taking the strategic view naman out of the tactical operations on the ground in Sabah. Ano naman yung position ng Philippines on the Sabah claim itself?
Well, we have not abandoned our claim on Sabah. And that is exactly what the President has mandated the DFA and the DOJ to study on how to consider this issue and move it forward.
Has this position been conveyed to the Sultan of the
It was very clear in the statements of the President that he was willing to sit down with them about how to resolve this issue and how to move this forward, and also to discuss how to address other grievances of the Kiram family.
How would this affect the peace accord between the MIL and
I just heard, yeah. Well, I don't want to go ahead of and to speculate on how will this affect on the peace process. But the fact is, the President has mandated a study group to consider this issue and how to move this forward, and also to see this issue in terms of its legality and also in terms of the policy that we have to take as far as the Sabah claim is concerned.
study group, sir, kasama dito, meron mong time frame din report of the study group?
I think the mandate is for the study group to come up with a recommendation and other inputs as soon as possible.
Sir, there is this accusation that the government mishandled the whole affair. In the early part of the game, the President was advised not by the Foreign Affairs Department but by the Lima and Mar Rojas. And some quarters were saying that the DFA should have been at the forefront of explaining this to the public.
I think Secretary Lacerda has already explained that today, and even before today, that the government has always considered how to positively deal and address this issue, and that's why from the initial stage, what was of primordial concern was the safety and security of our people in Lahad Datu. And that's why, because we realized that the key personality here was Sultan Jamalul, we sent emissaries to him to urge him to order his men to stand down, and also ask them to go back to their homes and families. But that didn't work out. And the last minute, the President also asked them to surrender so that no blood would be spilled in the process. But again, that fell on deaf ears. So we have done everything possible to make sure that there would be no loss of lives in this incident.
Sir, I know that we have been talking with the Malaysians since day one. In fact, they come out Was there no hint at all that they are going to let loose on those poor hapless Filipinos in Sabah behind the talks? Are there not indications that they are actually going to kill them?
Well, you have been reading what was coming from Malaysia, right? And they have been giving some statements that eventually their laws have to be implemented in that kind of situation. And what we have been doing on our part was to say, teka muna, no? Let's give these people a chance because any loss of life would be difficult for us to accept. Okay, and so from both sides, there was really an attempt and an effort to make sure that we are able to resolve this peacefully.
Sir, do we know who are the emissaries sent the care of family? Kasi until now, sinasabi na wala naman daw po.
No, I think Secretary Lacerda, and even Secretary Almendras, and also Secretary Garcia in his interview yesterday and I think this morning have identified who were the emissaries. From us. No, it was representatives from the government. Yeah. Okay? The secretary has always been in the meetings with the president regarding this issue.
Sir, has Malaysia informed you about the security situation there? Have you been officially aware?
Here?
Yes. Here.
Well, we have been coordinating with them as far as making sure that their safety is ensured, and that is exactly what was done about a week ago, and even before that, to make sure that the diplomats and the premises of the embassy is secured.
Don't you know what's the status of their operations now?
I don't want to discuss any operational matter.
But they give you regular briefings, sir, the Malaysian authorities. Do they give you regular briefings on what's happening in the ground?
Remember our note verbal?
Yes.
The first time around that there was an incident which where about 2 Malaysians were killed, and one, the owner of the house where Raja Muda was staying in Lahad Dato, got killed. Immediately we asked for a briefing, and they said that they will arrange a briefing for our government.
Sir, how many notes na po yung issue since this incident?
I cannot recall how many notes have been issued, but we have issued several, maybe 3 or 4. Yeah.
Vote per batch.
Yes.
So this is the fourth.
I am not so sure.
One
Yeah.
started this morning by the secretary.
Yeah, I am not exactly sure. I said maybe 3 or 4. Yeah.
Are they cooperative enough, sir? Kasi parang madami na tayong request.
Yeah, well, for one thing, we requested for extension of deadlines. I think we requested for a 4th time, right? And we have not acted on the situation in Lahad Dato when the deadline lapsed.
So, yun lang ang napagbigyan, sir, yung extend mga deadline na naka-apat, yun lang, sir.
Yeah, well, we have not received any confirmation as far as the ship is concerned, and also regarding the possible, pardon?
Yes, sir. Yung sa non-combatants, sir. May request din.
Yes, and also for for a request for our people to go in order to extend consular assistance, including medical assistance to the wounded.
Where's the ship?
Yeah, the ship is still, I believe, in Cebu, and it's ready to sail to the border anytime that it is given a clearance.
Do we have reports na meron from Tawi-Tawi na they're still trying to go to the
I don't know of any information from.
What about the other way around here? Meron po bang Filipinos na already wanting to leave Sana?
I don't have also any confirmation on that. Yes.
So, ano yung effects nung incident sa plane? Tapos the Philippine government asking the soldiers, followers in Sabah to surrender.
Yeah, I cannot discuss that yet. To discuss what would be the effects of this incident to the claim. Let's maybe we'll have to sit down and go through what happened, and later on be able to come up with inputs and lessons on how we have performed as far as this situation is concerned, and how will it affect the other issues that we have with Malaysia.
Don't you feel that we were misled by the Malaysians earlier when they continued to talk with us, yet at the last minute they become erupted? So sad. I mean, there were classes.
As you already asked the question, which I have already responded to, they have been saying that they have to implement their laws, right? But then we would ask for extensions of deadlines, and on those dates they did not push through with the deadline, or they did not push through with an action after the deadline lapse. So we knew that they, after a time, they have to implement their laws. And that's why what we have asked regarding our people in Lahad Datu was for them to stand down and leave and withdraw and go back to their families and homes in Mindanao. And we have repeatedly told them about this, but did this not happen, and the incident occurred.
In general, sir, does it weaken or?
I cannot say that as of this moment.
Sir, balikan ko lang yun sa emissaries. Can we name names? Kasi sir, parang masyado siyang naging crucial na may mga binabanggit po na naging emissaries sa kanila. But then, yung sa mga tirang naman po, ang sinasabi nila, wala talaga.
Yeah, Naya, I think you have to go and listen again to what Secretary Lasierda said. Who exactly were the emissaries? I don't have the list of the emissaries, but they said it yesterday, and again Secretary Garcia said it this morning. So they already provided the public with the names, but I don't have the names.
Sir, did you have a chance to talk to SMA after? I'm just curious about the mood in the meeting.
Pardon?
I'm just curious about the mood in the meeting this morning, before dawn at 1 a.m. in Kuala Lumpur.
Did I have a chance to talk to him?
To talk to him after?
No. I have not had the chance to talk to him. Yes.
Sir, yun lang sa reports na ni-round up yung mga Filipinos in Sabah who are not actually involved with the Kiram group o hindi involved sa conflict, na-verify na ba, sir, kung related at all yung...
The ones that they were deported?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think Secretary Valdos has already made a statement on that is not related the undocumented Filipinos from that area have been repatriated or deported since January of this year. Okay?
Ang inyo pong napanood ay ang press briefing ng Department of Foreign Affairs. Kinumpirma po ni DFA Spokesperson Assistant Secretary Raul Hernandez ang pag-atake ng Malaysian Security Forces laban sa mga tauhan ng Sultanato ng Sulu sa Sabah kaninang umaga. Pero hinihintay pa raw ng DFA ang detalye tungkol dito at inaalam pa kung ilan ang mga nasugatan o nasawi.